Okay, so you might have watched the video that I was doing, the rabbit update. It should have been Monday. Today is actually Tuesday. I mentioned I've also been working in the garden. I've been planting onions. So if you give me just a few minutes, we'll go out in the garden and I'll show you how I do my back-to-eating method of onions. Give me just a few minutes. Be right with you. Well, hello friends. We're back in my garden, and you know what? I'm sitting down and I'm getting work done. So what I'm doing is I'm planting onions, and what I've got is what's called copra. Now I really wanted to get these in the ground a week ago, and it didn't happen. But when you buy onion plants, this is what you're getting. Let's see if you can see. These are this year's onions. These are called the copra. So what I do with the back-to-eating, because I've got my garden, it's covered with wood chips. Let me see if I can adjust this so you can see. Alright, hopefully you're going to be able to see what I'm doing. So what I've done is I've moved the wood chips back. Now, planting the onion plants are easy. What you do is you take that. What I'm going to do is poke a hole, drop it down, firm it a little bit, another hole. Now these can go about 2 to 4 inches apart. And that's all I do. Now, you only want to put these about 1 inch down, because you want the top of this bulb exposed, and especially once they start taking off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down. I'm not going to show you me planting this whole row. You can get the gist of what I'm doing. Only about 1 inch of that showing. Alright, now what I do, because I got it, excuse me for not wearing gloves, I didn't want to go in, I'm going to wash my hands anyways. And then I put bunny marbles. This stuff is like gold. And does it grow? So I go down and just keep now this soil is pretty moist here. What was over there was a little bit drier, but I'm going to water these in. This will be the only time that this garden gets watered, is when I put some of my plants in. There's a worm, and there's been a lot of worms. Okay, so now that I got those done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to backfill just a little. I don't want to bury these plants. I just want to get a little bit around it. We're supposed to have thunderstorms tomorrow. Alright, so I'm just going to backfill a little bit. I won't fill these up until they start growing. But I just want to put a little bit. A lot of birds are gathering stuff right now to make their nests, and I don't want them in here. There was one year I had a robin. I bet you I replanted my onions 10-15 times. So that is how I do my onions. That's how I do my onions. Really, really simple. Now the next thing I'll do is I'll go down with a wand and I'll soak stuff down pretty good, and then that's it. As long as my birds don't pull my my plants out, I'm golden. So that's how I plant my onions. Now in about a week or so, because there'll be other stuff that will probably be up, we'll come back and we'll look how they're growing. I'm hoping I have a really good year. Now I've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my 5th row. When you buy these, what they tell you is that there's going to be between 55 and 55 and 75 plants, and on an average I have close to 100 plants, so I can do pretty good. What I do is I order one of the red variety. This time I went with Red Wing, I think it was. Usually I plant the Red Zeppelin, and then I get 2 bunches of the Copra. Like I said, I don't know if I have my camera right or not. The Copra, which these are a long storing onion. I think we get somewhere around 10 months, 9 to 10 months storage down in the basement, which is really good. We use a lot of onions. Leanna cooks with a lot of onions. Salads, you know, during the summer we do use a lot of salads. Now, for any of you that raise rabbits, take advantage of those marbles. These have all been separated from the hay and stuff. These were probably last December or January's marbles, all dried, and they work really good. So as the next weeks go by and I'm planting, the other thing that I want to do is do lettuce and spinach. This week, hopefully I can get over in the other garden. I can do my peas. I'll take you along as I do that. And then once we get into the tomatoes and peppers and that stuff, when I transplant, I'll bring you along. My potatoes, I'll bring you along on that. So hopefully you got something out of this. You know, for those who have been thinking about doing a back to Eden garden, you know, this works for me. You can see there's hardly any weeds in this area. This was my corn last year. So there's a little more chips than I would normally have, like when I get over on the other side. Am I going to tell you there's absolutely no weeds in here? No, there's some weeds. In fact, I got some stuff coming up. I think I got either parsnips or turnip over there. You can see some grass, you can see some dandelions. You know, you're gonna have some weeds, but not anywhere near what I normally have in this. I don't have to worry about watering this garden, other than my initial plant. It's the only time I have to usually have to water. So thanks again, friends. Love you guys. God bless you.